this is Christine with cricketscreativecorner.com, and I am going to demonstrate to you our new Stamparatus, and it's underneath everything you see here. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to be using just to give you some samples on how this works. So I'm going to use the little bow right here from the Picture Perfect birthday stamp set. I've already got my stamps ready to go, so we'll put that to the side for a second. I've got our Oh So Eclectic stamp set, and I've got my stamps ready to go. And what I did with these two, because they do kind of go together, if you could tell, is I aligned them up to see, you know, how they would fit with each other, because they're supposed to be one on top of the other, or you can use them separately, however you want to do it. But if you do use them together, I actually lined them up like I said, and then I marked where I want them to either be stamped like this, or, you know, whichever direction you're working with, however you want it on your card or your scrapbook page. So I just put a little mark so I know how they line up. Okay, so I'm just going to put these to the side for a minute. I'm going to put them right here, right above the Stamparatus, and let me show you what this has in it really quick. So it has these two clear plates, and it has little grid lines on them. I'll show you how they go on in a minute. And then you have your Stamparatus base, and it has the grid on it with the measurements. And on the back of it is where you'll find your magnets. There's two of them, but you really only need to use one. So I'm just going to grab one. You want to be very careful with them because they are very powerful, as you can see. There we go, got it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over, and I was noticing as I was using it, it does have like little grabby things, I guess you could say, for when you put it on a table. So alright, so I just have this black piece of paper here because my light's really bright, so I just have it there to get out of your way so it won't shine. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna lay this down. I'm gonna put it where you can see it maybe. Okay, and I'm going to, let's see, what are we gonna do first? Let's go ahead and do our these two right here, and these are the red rubber stamps. They're a little bit thicker than the, let me see if I can find, hang on a second, they're thicker than the photopolymer stamps. So you want to take the foam out that comes with the Stamparatus. It actually goes, you know, on here, so whenever you're using the where'd it go? I had it in my hand. Oh goodness, here it is. The photopolymer, it'll have some cushion on it, okay? But we don't need it for these, okay? So I'm going to take this off. All right, and I'm going to put these to the bottom. Let me put my little magnet right there. I've got me a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I believe it's the thick one. It doesn't matter. You could use any of our cardstock for this. I just grabbed some scrap paper that I had laying around. And so I'm going to go ahead and just lay it down here just like this. And we're going to get our magnet. Make sure it's all snug against the corners. I'm just going to put it right here. I might maybe bring it in just a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our plates. Remember these, they come with the Stamparatus. So you're just going to put them in just like this. Oops. And just, you have to make sure it's standing straight up whenever you put that in, and then you're just going to lay it down. Let me see if I can move my camera to show you. So I just have it laid down on top of this stamp case. They recommend you doing that so that it doesn't just flop onto the table, and it's kind of awkward putting your ink on your stamp. So okay, so let me go ahead and bring this back here. Alright, so I think I've only done this one time, so bear with me. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one first. So here's my little mark right there, and I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to lay it down, and hopefully it'll be straight. Okay, move this one out of the way for a second. And then I'm going to take my plate, my acrylic plate, I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to just make sure that the stamp is connected to it, or stuck to it, I guess you could say. So I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the lighter. Actually, you could do it two different ways, but we'll just do it this way first. Oh, I still had some ink on my stamp. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over so we can get a good look for that. There we go. Woo! goodness. All right, so I'm going to take the Peekaboo Peach, flip it over, and you're just going to stamp it just like that on your stamp. And try not to get it on the plate. But if you do, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a scratch paper on first. So I'm going to just slide this in here. I'm going to stamp that real quick. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and stamp the actual Whisper White. So they say just go ahead and push down right where your stamp is. Really nice. Make sure you get it really good. And then you're going to pick it up. And there's your, oh, there's a little spot. Hold on. Got to push really hard right there. Let me see if I can get it. Maybe I didn't ink it well. Okay, that's good. All right, so I've got that. So instead of, if you want to do multiples of these, instead of taking this off, you're just going to raise your plate up, pull it out, flip it over. Okay, and then you're going to take your other stamp. Remember, I put this on the bottom, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to line it up as best I can right here. Hopefully it's pretty close. All right, and then I'm going to flip this over, grab the stamp, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink this again. So let me do this. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp on the image on the paper. Go ahead and push really well. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this, so bear with me. Actually, the second time. So there is your cute design. So you're going to slide this off, and there's your cute design. Pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to do this again. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do another example. Oh, we're going to hang on just a second. So I'm just going to leave these here, and I'm going to take my foam, and I'm going to put it down. Just like that. We're going to take our other plate, and we're going to put it over here on this side. Okay, I'm going to lay it down. Let me get another, let me take my stamps off of here that we're going to use. Put this underneath here, so I'll have something to lay on. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take, with the foam and everything, I'm going to take my paper, slide it on there, put my magnet down. Okay, so this is one that was a little tricky for me because you have to be really particular, and I'm going to have to do the same thing. This is the little bow that I was telling you about, and I may have to mark these somehow or another also, but let me see if I can get this really well. So we're going to go ahead and whoops, put it where we want it. Let me see, there's not really a particular direction. We'll just do that. Okay, I'm going to flip this over, grab my stamp, okay, and then I'm going to take the Tangerine Tango, I'm going to ink my stamp. Okay, that's good. And we're going to flip it over and push snugly, I guess you could say. And you notice there's a little bit of ink right there, but it should not transfer onto my paper. And then we're going to pick it up. So that's pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay. And then again, I'm going to take this, pull it straight up, flip it over. And then the tricky part comes. I got to figure out which way this thing goes. So let me play with it for just a second. See if I can find it. Oops, how it goes. All right. So you got to line it up just right. Let's see. No, let's see. Maybe it does go this way. Oh, yeah, maybe it does. This way? Nope, let me try it this direction. Oh, yeah, that's much better. There we go. So the great thing about these photopolymer ones is that you can actually, I hope I wasn't in the way, but you can actually see, let me pan out. You can see through the stamp, so you can see how to align it. So that's what's great about having those. Okay, so let me pan out a little bit. Okay, I think it's lined up. Let me kind of move it just a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over, grab my stamp. All right, and I'm going to take the Peekaboo Peach, ink my stamp, and get it all over the plate too. Okay, let me see. I'm going to make sure it's nice and inked. Okay. And flip it over and press down kind of gently. And then you're going to flip this back. Oh, it was a little uneven, but it's okay. But you get the idea. So there's your little bow. So cute. So this is the second time I've used this. So far I love it. It's going to take a little bit of practice for me to line things up and get them straight. But I think once I get the hang of it, it'll be wonderful. So as soon as, you know, when you start doing multiple cards, that's when it's going to come in handy. So definitely will enjoy that for sure. So, and you want to make sure you don't fold these in at the same time or they will break. So you just take one off after you've cleaned it and removed your stamps, and you just put them right here, or you can put them in a different area, however you want to do it. So, but that is how the Stamparatus works. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. And y'all have a great day, I guess. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.